So Paul, we see here that we've actually got the deposit outcropping on the side of this hill. Can you just kind of walk us through the whole valley area and the depositional environment you've interpreted?
Absolutely. So you can see this dark unit here is very easy to spot. Right on surface, it's exposed. This is the rock that hosts the high-grade vanadium. If you follow it off this way, it wraps around the valley that way. We follow it towards the north on the same side of the valley. That unit continues. Just follow the black unit like that, and you can see that it's pretty flat line all the way on the west side of the valley. If you continue onto the other side of the valley, the east side of the valley, all those road cuts are of the same unit. The darker in the lower part of the valley, about halfway down. There's above it, there's some orangey looking rock. That's the rock unit that's above it, doesn't carry the vanadium. The lower part, where it's kind of darker gray, that's got the vanadium in it. In between both the east and the west side of the valley, you've got vanadium that lies in the base of the valley too. So it goes all the way across from one side of the valley to the other. And if you follow it over to the south, that unit, you can still see it, that dark unit there, all the way over there, and cuts across just below where the drill rig is. That's this is all of this that I've just walked you through is the central zone. And on the other side where the hill rises and where the drill is sitting, that's the south zone. That unit dips to the south. That's the only part of the deposit that's got a different structural setting. It's about a 30-degree dip to the west.
So Paul, from your winter drilling last year, you did a fair bit of coring and had some pretty significant intervals. Can you kind of walk us through how thick you saw those intervals and whereabouts in this valley we saw those?
Yeah, we drilled all the way up from on that hillside of the south zone all the way along this valley. So we wanted to make sure that we got full coverage of the deposit, the full 2 kilometers strike length of the deposit, with testing along to make sure that we weren't just testing a small segment, that we were testing the whole deposit with that. And we found that the drilling confirmed all that Union Carbide drilling, that 127 holes that Union Carbide did. We put in 20 holes in between and also twinned some of those Union Carbide holes. Everything checked out. The thicknesses of the vanadium, high vanadium unit checked out. In general, it ranged from anywhere from 20 meters thick to almost 60 meters thick.
Wow.
In places. So imagine quite a very, very thick continuous unit across the 2 kilometer stretch.
So Union Carbide put in 127 holes. That's quite significant.
Yeah.
If we were to do that today, what would the cost be for just repeating that drilling?
Well, with the amount, they also, besides the drilling, they also put in about 20 kilometers of roads and trenches on both sides of this valley to explore and expose the rock to trench so that they can get values on surface, as well as giving them access to drill this deposit that's 2 kilometers long. I would guess it would probably be, it would take you nowadays about 3 years to do that, and about $5 or $6 million US to do all that kind of work. And it would be a lot more difficult to permit that size and extent of disturbance nowadays.